Howdy gang, and welcome to your very first Git and GitHub tutorial. Okay, so first of all, what is Git? Well, if you do a quick Google search of that question, you're probably going to get an answer like this. Git is a distributed version control system. Right, thanks Google, that really answers my question. So basically what Google means is that it's a system that's going to record changes to our files over time, and we can recall any specific version of those files at any given time, which is really cool and is going to save you a lot of time down the line. And also it allows many people to easily collaborate on a project, and they can all have their own version of that project and the files within it on the computer to work on in their own time. So to explain why this is really cool and why you should be using it on all your projects, I just want to kind of hark back to when I first started web development. And basically I started doing websites for clients just to build up my portfolio, who were paying me basically in coupons or tokens or offers or something. That's how much they valued me at the time. But anyway, one of my first clients, they sent me a website design and they said, can you code this up? And I said, yeah, that's fine. So I created a project directory on my computer, put all the code files in there, and then I uploaded those to a server, and I sent in the link to the website and said, hey, here we go, it looks like the design. And what he did was take a look at that and then email me back and says, no, you know what, I don't like all this blue over here and all this blue over here, can we change the theme, just make it all pink? So I'm like, okay, well you should have put that in the design, but okay, whatever. I did it, and I re-uploaded all the files, I changed them all in this directory, re-uploaded them, sent in the link again, and it got back to me and said, you know what, I don't like the layout. I think we need to, kind of rejig the layout, move the text over here, the image over here, etc. So I was like, well, all right, whatever. I'll just make these changes in the project directory again, re-upload them, send you the link, and he takes a look at it and says, I've been doing my research. And now, instead of having these links in the header, I think it's really cool if we have these links in a sidebar instead. What do you think? Can you do that? At this point, I'm just losing the will to live, but I do it. I make all the changes in my project folder here, re-upload them, send them to him and say, look, here it is, here's your final version. At which point he takes a few days to get back to me and says, you know what, really sorry, but I think the original design is what I want. So at this point, I just want to fill the website full of profanities, but I don't, because I'm professional. I make the changes, I redo the whole website basically to the original design, and I re-upload them, and I just get it signed off, and it all finishes. But basically, this wasted a lot of my time, right? So I had this amazing idea, which was kind of like my initial Neanderthal take on version control, because I didn't even know about Git back then. So what I started doing, and I really thought this was groundbreaking by the way, was making different versions of folders for different kind of rounds of edits, if you like. So I create the initial website, and ultimately a client always comes back and says, yep, I want a round of changes. So what I do was duplicate that folder into one called V2, then just make the changes in there, upload it. If he wants more changes, create one called V3, V4, etc. That way, if he ever says, oh, you know what, I want to go back to V2 or V1, I don't have to recode anything. All I have to do is re-upload this folder, okay? Because I've not edited that, I've just made copies. And this worked well for a while before I ended up meeting clients that wanted maybe 25 revisions. And at this point, this was eating up a lot of my hard drive, which was starting to look something like this. So I needed a better way of doing this. And this is where I found Git. And Git was an absolute game changer, because what Git allowed me to do was store all of my revisions of a project in just one directory. So I had this kind of revision history, and then I could rewind to any revision that I made in that one project that I wanted to. Okay, so that was immensely cool and saved me a lot of time. And it also allowed me to work on new features without messing up the main code base. And this is something called branching, which we're going to learn about later. On top of that, it easily allowed me to collaborate with other programmers, developers, designers, if I was working in a team, which was really cool as well. And just touching on this last one, we can easily sync up to GitHub to make that even easier. Okay, so GitHub is an online service that hosts our projects, right? And we can easily share our code then with other developers on our team. those developers can download the projects and work on them in their own machines. We can all re-upload our edits and then merge them into the main code base at the end. So this is immensely cool, great time saver, and yeah, I'm definitely glad I found it. Now, you don't really need to know anything before you take this course, but I'm guessing you're some kind of programmer or designer that wants to kind of store revisions as you go along. The one thing I will suggest is this text editor right here. This is what I'm going to be using for this series. It's called Atom. And the reason I'm suggesting it is because it's free, cool, and you can customize the hell out of it. So you can download it at atom.io right there. Just click this big button there. So there we go, that's your whirlwind introduction to Git and GitHub. In the next tutorial, what we're going to do is start setting Git up on our computer so we can use it. Now, if you like these videos, please, my friends, don't forget to share, subscribe and like, and I'm going to see you in the very next one.